Reporter Aviwe Mtila is also tracking the 350 Rand COVID grant story. He joins us now from Johannesburg. Aviwe, I've heard some people scoff at the idea of the 350 Rand grant, saying, what can you do with 350 Rand? But it will go a long way. In fact, a few weeks ago, we had the story of a guy in Durban who saved money from that 350 and started a business. So it is going to help.
Certainly will help those that are in need of it, but the question is, where is this money going to come from? I mean, a lot of economic recovery measures were mentioned by President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday, but just to unpack some of them, I am joined by Makwe Masilela. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, but Makwe, let's start with the 350 social relief of distress grant, the money that's been extended till March 2022. Realistically, where is this money going to come from?
Yes, it's true. The money was not budgeted for, but given that as by end of December, when it comes to our tax collections, we collected almost 38 billion more than we thought we'll collect. So I think they will tap into that. But yes, could that money been used for other things? Definitely. But it also shows, that we've got this poverty kind of a thing that we definitely need to deal with it. So that's where the money will come from, because we collected more than we thought we'll collect, as it was stated in the February budget.
Adding on to that, there's a 400 million rand that was also mentioned by the president that would assist those businesses that were battered in the wake of the violence that we saw in recent weeks. How is that going to help realistically on the ground?
I think it's going to help in two fronts. I think it's important to make sure that there's confidence, business confidence, and if you start telling business owners that, listen, we know you were not insured for all the reasons, knowing that you were struggling because of COVID, because of the lockdowns, and anyway, even before the COVID issue, we've been struggling because our economy was not doing okay. So you are instilling some confidence in them that, yes, we'll help you. And then as well, when you come to implement that, then that's also a bonus that here we are, things seem to be working okay, because truth be told, there are a lot of those small businesses that definitely were not covered, because something like an insurance is a very easy thing to cancel when you are hitting the hard times. And just like an individual, you can easily cancel your car insurance if you are struggling before you can even stop paying your car insurance. So yes, the government is right. There are a lot of people that don't have that kind of insurance, but instilling confidence, I think that's the most important thing. And you can also do that by telling people, by convincing us that these are the steps you'll be taking.
Okay, and then just realistically, looking at our economy and the situation it's in now, President mentioned two fronts, battered by the pandemic itself and now battered by the violence. Where do we stand realistically when it comes to our pocket?
We're not looking okay, but we need to bear in mind that, whatever we factored in before, I think we did overestimate that things will be just too worse. Look at our economic revisions, that we're not going to be slowing the way we thought we did. Look at companies' earnings, we're not doing as bad as we thought we will. Look at the banks when it comes to writing off bad debts, they're not doing as bad as they thought. Yes, definitely we have to do a lot. Structural reforms, in essence, that auctioning the spectrum, making sure that the ease of doing business become effective, making sure that those kind of businesses can also get some tax benefits, and even government itself, when it comes to their employees, to make sure that it become more efficient. Documents don't lie there for a month or so, that needs to be signed, because those kind of things are very important, and those are low-lying fruits, that the government can immediately implement. Then it goes back to instilling the confidence. And if people are confident that things are looking okay, definitely don't hesitate to spend or to invest.
Okay, thank you very much. Makwe Masilela, giving us a bit of good news, not looking as bad as we thought things are, given that we are, of course, fighting those two giants, the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the violence that we've seen. A bit of reassuring news from here, but of course we're moving around, going to Vosloorus this very moment to check up on those businesses on the ground that were battered by the violence that we've seen. Also trying to catch up with the SASSA CEO to figure out how these SRD, social relief of distress, 350 Rand grants will work out.
Aviwe Mtila for us in Johannesburg, thank you so much. The 350 Rand grant, as the guest said, coming from the fact that we were able to collect more tax last year than we had anticipated. So it seems, like Aviwe said, it's not as bad as we think.